Child, listen. We got to talk about Traitors real quick, okay? Unfortunately, all right, Porsha Williams, and this is a spoiler alert for the people that have not been watching Traitors. Go ahead and check it out. There are about 3 episodes that are out, so check it out and see how you like it, all right? Um, but spoiler alert, okay? Porsha Williams ended up getting kicked out within the first 3 episodes of the season. And when I tell you everybody mouth dropped, couldn't believe it. I was definitely expecting Porsha to last much longer than what she did. Now that Porsha is out, okay, she is doing her interviews. She has some things to say. And at first, I was seeing like some headlines of Porsha, feeling away about certain things. And I was like, are y'all sure for real, for real? So I had to go look it up for myself. And yeah, Porsha did an interview with Blavity Shadow and Act, speaking on the situation. So let us go ahead and tap into what Porsha had to say. Portia says, I feel cheated. This is what she's saying. Matter of fact, let's go back, right? Portia said the fallout and the speed at which she was voted out left her reeling. She also flat out said she felt cheated out of the experience, especially considering that she thought she was a strong player. Y'all leave your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know whether you all felt like Portia was a strong player. Okay. She could have been, but I don't know. I did see a quick interview that Portia did with In Style. It was like a little reel that she put over on her Instagram page, and she was talking about how she really focused and she watched all the seasons, every episode. So she went in there prepared and ready, is what she said. But once you get in there, she's like, it's like different. Okay, it's different than how you see it on the outside versus being there on the inside. So I guess that threw her for a loop. But even with the things that she would say about murdering versus banishing, right? Because in order to murder, you have to be a traitor. To everybody else can just banish somebody who they think is a traitor. So it was just certain terms that Portia was using that did make her look like she was a traitor, and also made her look like she wasn't that experienced with the show, the game, or whatever, right? So that's very unfortunate because I did want to see Portia there a little more. So I do think they should bring her back next season. Okay, I thought her and Candace were going to be able to really do some damage on this show together, and it seems like that's not going to be the case. Okay, not seems like, girl, that's what it is. That's not going to be the case. But let's get into what Portia says, because she's like, I feel cheated. I really do. She says the fans feel cheated too. Yeah, yeah, we do. I mean, short answer, I have to agree. There was a missed opportunity there. She said, I had so much greatness I was going to bring, and so did some of my partners on the show. I've definitely been in my feelings about it ever since. I mean, you could tell when Portia walked out that door and she said, I'm a faithful. Best of luck to y'all, or whatever she said, baby. She hurried up and got the hell got the hell down that podium and went on about her business. Okay. Portia was pissed. I think somebody was like, oh, I'm sorry. It was really giving, girl, kiss my. All right. Portia was mad. And I would have been mad too. I would have been mad too, but you did kind of do it to yourself. So I wonder when if she watched the season, or at least watched her episodes that she were on. I wonder if she went back and watched it and was like, oh, damn, I did kind of fuck that up. That's what I'm wondering. Okay. But anywho, she goes on to say, I was super excited to be there and to see how it all played out. I wasn't ready for how dirty it got. And she says, I've watched other seasons and I feel like the lies and setups usually come later on, but I think they knew I was a strong player, so they played out all the stops early. It took multiple angles to get me out. No, it did not, Portia. Please don't confuse those 3 receipts with multiple angles. You damn near sat in the same seat that whole episode and said 3 different things, but that's not multiple angles. The one angle was, girl, you was the traitor. That was really the one angle for the most part. Like, you just had some slip ups. You did. And what's crazy is in that same scene where they're sitting at the round table, even Michael had a slip up himself, saying, we just murdered Ian or something. They said, we? Who is we? Right? So now he looks like the traitor, but he had a slip up himself. So it's easy for Portia to have had those slip ups. But especially for Michael to even slip up when he was the main one saying, I studied this show. I studied it. So you're saying the same thing Porsha said, right? And based on what you've watched, there are 5 housewives and then there are 5 gamers. And at least and it's gonna be a gamer and a housewife that's at least gonna be a traitor. Right? So come on. You sat up there and act like you studied the show and you had a slip up. Same thing with Porsha. She said she studied it and she had multiple slip ups in a short amount of time. It was just bad. It was bad. But Porsha, you really did do it to yourself. Like, Ron, it didn't take much from Ron to convince the people. It really didn't. They go on to say Porsha said she entered the round table where she got banished, feeling confident, only to later realize how her words and the motivations of others had been reframed. She says, I honestly didn't think the radar was on me at all. That first moment where I said I killed Ian, it was really just my accent. I said, guh. What do you mean, guh? G-A. What you mean? I said guh, but I didn't think it sounded like I. What? Guh killed it. Guh? You said Guh? You said GA killed Ian? Guh or GA? That's crazy. But I think it sounded like I. Guh and I are two different things. Like, what's going on here? Okay, she says, while I was strategizing out loud, putting myself in the mindset of a traitor, thinking through why they'd take him out since he was such a strong player. So, girl, yeah, you messed that all the way up. You messed that all the way up. Somebody says, I was so confused on how she made that mistake. Oh, Porsha. Girl, you messed that all the way up. She goes on to say they twisted that at the round table. And Michael Rappaport, he's loyal to nothing but his dirty socks. Mama Donna Kelsey was just trying to get the heat off herself, and Candace Diller Bassett flat out lied. She claimed Michael said something about putting all the housewives in a grave and she knew I'd ask him about it. That was a setup. I didn't expect that from her. She's a fellow housewife. Lisa is too. I thought we were supposed to stick together so that if anything happens, you've got someone to lean on. I didn't get that. Child, Porsha, not Porsha, but Candace, you was wrong. However, because I didn't hear it, I got to go back because one of my subbies, one of you guys said that y'all did hear Michael say that. Y'all said y'all did hear Michael say that. I don't recall Michael saying it. I did think it was something that Candace made up. Um, However, I don't think that she was expecting Porsha to even say that to him in that moment. And Candace still, even though she flat out lied and she also played you in your face along with Mara, she still came and defended you at that round table though, and tried to put the attention back on Donna. And even after the fact, Candace was still in her feelings because she told Monet, listen, I feel like I'm taking it really personal. I'm taking Ron's decision to get Porsha out the house like really personal. So I'm at a place where I'm really gunning for him, but I need to stay focused because I really think it's Donna. But I also think that they working together. Okay, so Candace was mad. I don't think Candace intentionally set you up to get you out because I don't think Candace was expecting you to actually go and confront him about it. I think that she was putting it in your ear for you to consider him to be like a traitor or whatever the case, right? But a lot of that you did to yourself, okay, at the end of the day. Because the reasons you really got kicked out was honestly because of the stuff that you said. For real, for real. But anywho, I mean, Ron did bring that up at the table, the whole situation with you and Candace. He did bring it up at the table, but that wasn't the deciding factor. The deciding factor were the things that you said at the end of the day. Because everybody else was like, I heard it, I heard it, I heard it, I heard it too. So, oops. I kind of hate that for Porsha, but hopefully we'll see you back, next season. Okay. Um, yeah, another thing I want to get into before we get into like Real Housewives of Potomac's after show, I want us to tap over here on Simone's page over here on the Instagram, okay? Because on this past episode of Married to Medicine, Dr. Heavenly, Quad, Contessa, they're all sitting around, they're talking about certain things. Dr. Heavenly brings up her daughter being mentioned. I'm sorry, not her daughter, but her son being mentioned in his situation. Contessa's like, well, girl, why are we still talking about your son when nobody's really mentioning your son? Why is that still a thing? Heavenly said, oh, well, it came up in the blog. She said, oh, well, I hope that, Simone didn't put that information out there. She likes to research people. So a few weeks prior, they talked to Simone about that. Simone says she looks up everybody's information. Quada asked her why. She said because she can. So obviously, Heavenly went on to have some type of, commentary back and forth, I guess, on IG Live about the situation at hand. And so what Simone did was put the post up on her page. And this is what Simone had to say. Simone says, yes, when you are sitting on, because the question was like, oh, so Simone looks people up, right? And Simone responds and says, yes, when you are sitting on national TV lying about what you got or not and how you paid for it or not, I'm looking your shit up. Newsflash, y'all tell verifiable lies. Basically, she's saying, stop telling lies and won't nobody look it up. Okay? She says anybody can look this information up. All right. She says research, and more research. People hate getting caught in a bold-faced lie. Woo. So Toya responds and she says, girl, they know they be lying and exaggerating. Not to mention, you're not the only one who looks up SHI, and that has been proven in the past. She's right. Toya's right. Hater or lover. I mentioned that in my Married to Medicine review. Quad did the same thing. Quad said on Heavenly's platform. She's mentioned it on the show about what she knows about Toya's finances, how she got the house, how she this, how she that. So you obviously have done some research too, Quad. I mean, when Lisa Nicole Cloud was last on the show, didn't you and her do research on each other? Child, you know what kind of women y'all got over here. Talk about so what kind of friend does that? Y'all type of friends do that. Y'all research each other. Okay. It's really just that simple. So I thought that was a little funny. Y'all done pissed Dr. Y'all about to piss Dr. Simone off. Cause I'm like, let's not do that. Cause now I can see Quad and Simone having these issues again. Because what did Heavenly say? Oh, Heavenly, Dr. Simone said that if she had that VIN number to that car, that Rolls Royce, she'll be looking that up too to see who the owner is. Yikes. And in all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised if she got it. But more than anything, I think Toya got that VIN number for real. I think whoever owns that vehicle, it's already been looked up. I do believe that. Is it Quad's? I don't really believe that King actually gave Quad that car. I think that he gifted it to her for her to use, but I don't think that is her actual car. But either way, y'all have fun, do what y'all do. It ain't my business for real. But that's what's going on with the ladies over there on Married to Medicine. I just don't want them trying to come all down on Dr. Simone, acting like she did something, knowing that all of y'all do stuff. Okay. Now let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac in this after show. Okay. So first things first, Monique. Okay. Monique says that she can see a lot of what Angel is going through. And she just really wanted to be that person for Angel where it's like, listen, I didn't have, when I was going through my stuff, okay, I didn't have nobody to lean on. And I just wanted to let you know if you need some support, girl, like I'm here. I'm here if you need that support, girl. You can talk to me. We could talk about it. Okay. So that's one thing that's one of the reasons why Monique wanted to be vocal about the situation going on with Angel. Even though I kind of feel like, as I've said in my review, like Monique may have a point, but the situations may be slightly different. And again, as we see more of them on the show, then maybe, just maybe, what Monique says about Bobby could come to the light and be actual factual. But I don't know. A lot of people are feeling like Monique is projecting at this point, and y'all want to hear y'all thoughts on whether y'all feel like she's projecting when it comes to Angel and the dynamic of her and her husband. Let me know your thoughts on that. Giselle does go on to say that she also sees similar things in Angel and Bobby as she did in Monique and Chris, right? That's what Giselle says. Girl. That's what Giselle says. And so Tia tells her, well, I only heard about Monique's marriage, so I don't know everything, but I only heard about her marriage. And if I have to compare what I've heard about Monique's marriage and Angel and Bobby's marriage, she says, I think it's very different. Like, I don't really see what you guys are saying. She said, it seems to me that Bobby is a very hands-on parent when it comes to the children. He's very attentive to Angel's needs. So I'm not really getting the same dynamic, right? And so Giselle says, you know what? Now that you say that, it's the same. I wanted Tia to say, name them. Name them. Name the list of things about Bobby that you feel is so similar, or name the list of things within this marriage that's so similar to Monique and Chris. Because I agree with Tia. I'm not really seeing it either. Chris definitely gave and came off lazy on the show. I don't feel like Bobby comes off like that. But, name them. All right. Now, it don't mean that Monique won't be proven right at a later time. I'm just saying at this time, in this moment, I don't fully see it. Okay. And speaking of, I want us to listen to this clip from the upcoming episode. And this is what Monique is saying to Angel in this moment. So let me slide over here. Actually, let me just press play on it so that you guys can hear what's being said.
You are doing so much. And even if your partner is contributing, sometimes it's still not enough. And then when you get in girl circles, you're hard, you're defensive, you're ready to attack or ready to defend because of what you're already experiencing in the house that they may not be privy to if you've not been vulnerable in that way. I know what it took for me to get to that moment of awakening, and I don't want to see you in that position.
Oh, so
you know
you're
what I'm saying?
wondering if that's also my lived experience. Okay, it's not.
I think that Monique doesn't know anything about my marriage. My husband pampers me to the nth degree. This is not a depleted woman that you see here. This is a fulfilled woman full of abundance and happiness.
Last night, me saying, like, I'm just gonna check in with him, it's just a respect thing. They're his children, right?
Right.
And they're my children, but I
Right.
still use the verb watch.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Which I told you that was concerning for me too. And quite frankly,
I know that's fucking right. Why is that concerning to you, Jassy?
concerning. It was concerning because of the prior conversation where Monique shared her experience, and she was wondering if the correlation could be what she also went through.
I don't want
That doesn't make sense. You made it seem like it was concerning because it's something that you can directly relate to, not that it was based on what Monique said in her experience. Why would that be so concerning for you? Are y'all seeing what I'm saying? Like when she was like, yeah, because that word watch had me concerned too, as if you can really relate with the dynamic with your stepchildren or something. You're connecting it to Monique and her emotions. Like that shouldn't be that concerning to you if you aren't dealing with that. Like, I don't know. It didn't fit well there for me.
you to get to a point where you explode.
Oh.
But sometimes
That woman said, I don't want you to get to a point to where you explode. How Monique exploded a few years ago.
when you are doing so much, and even if your partner is contributing, sometimes it's still not enough. And then when you get in girl circles, you're hard, you're defensive, you're ready to attack or ready to defend because of what you're already experiencing in the house that they may not be privy to if you've not been vulnerable in that way. I know what it took for me to get to that moment of awakening, and I don't want to see you in that position.
Oh, so
you know what I'm
you're
saying?
wondering if that's also my lived experience.
This was my part right here. Oh, so you're wondering if that's also my lived experience, right? I love the way Angel said that because it definitely left me cackling, because it's like, girl, because you're asking, right? Because I know you're not telling me what the dynamic of my relationship is or what my experience is in my own relationship. I know you're not doing that. So you're wondering, right? You're asking me, right? Because you're not telling me. Okay, the way these comments over here on the Peach Report, a lot of people feel as though Monique may be projecting, but y'all may feel completely different. You may see exactly what Monique sees. So let me know down in the comments. All right. Let's keep going. Because as we continue to watch the after show, Monique does say that word watch burns her up every time when she hears it. A man Why? Like, I don't understand the big deal with the word watch. My word that I think would blow me up is when I hear a person say babysit. I don't like that. I will say. And that's my personal. That's nobody else's issue. That's my issue, right? I don't like when people say they have to babysit their own children. Or where's your husband? Oh, he babysitting the kids. Babysitting the kids? Like, to me, when I hear the term babysitting, it's like it's not as connected. It's at a distance just a bit to me. But oh yeah, he home with the kids. He home watching the kids, whatever. Like, that seems more close. Like, I think the term it's babysit for me versus watch. And some people may feel like those two are the same thing. It doesn't bother me when a person says watch, but when you say babysit, it's like, if Angel would have said, "Oh, I got to see if my husband's still gonna babysit the kid," that's when I would have been on the lady side, because that just does not sound right to me at all. Okay. Ashley says the way Angel communicates with Bobby, she says that, the way he communicates, or the way she communicates with her, Ashley says the way that Angel communicates with Bobby, saying, "Oh, I have to see what Bobby thinks," and da 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 da, she feels like that's an issue. And I don't know what's really wrong with it. That she got to check in with her spouse. Can y'all just let me know, like, what's wrong with you needing to check in with your spouse? But in all honesty, I do think, again, it goes back to what Ashley said in the car. Angel uses her husband as an excuse a lot of times, because it don't seem like Bobby don't be caring too much. It seems like if that's what you want to do, that's fine. How you feel about it? Okay, because I'm here to just support what you're trying to do. Okay, you don't want to do it, you got to do it. Right? But she likes to go and check in with her husband. Right? I don't know. Maybe she goes to him to see if he's going to give her an alternative thought of, "Oh, you know what, baby, you should go. You should go check it out and you may have a good time." Maybe that's what she goes to him for, to make sure she's about to make the right decision on something. I don't know. But I think Ashley hit the nail on the head when she was in the car. Now, Monique says that she wouldn't be who she is if she didn't say something. After seeing those signs, she just wouldn't feel right. So she wanted to at least get it off her chest, let Angel know that, and let her know she could relate. If you want to talk to somebody, you can talk to me, basically. Now, Angel says that they made it a big deal when she says that she needed to talk to her husband, and she just felt like it was very disrespectful. It was disrespectful to her. It was disrespectful to her husband. And she's like, "I invite y'all to my house to have a good time and stuff, but y'all want to come over here and talk about my relationship and kind of speak down on it. Like, what's going on?" So, of course, she didn't like that. And Monique says typically when they are off, doing their own thing, even after the cameras and stuff like that, or whatever the case is, she says that typically, the husbands know what's going on. So she feels like it's weird to her when she has to pretty much let him know what the plan is and why. And she didn't understand why Angel was still in mommy mode and wife mode when you're supposed to be hosting a bunch of women. So why are you still in that mommy and wife mode? I still don't see nothing wrong with that. BIT, as long as my kids are around, I'ma always be mommy mode. And even if I am on a trip and you got your kids, bitch, I'm gonna be in mommy mode for your kids too. What you doing over there? Put that in. Did your mom say you can get that? Put that down. You supposed to have that? You're not supposed to have that, right? Like, I mean, I'm so confused. Y'all doing too damn much. Like, these ladies doing too much for me. Okay. The ladies speak on the issues with the water and how it wasn't working, and how they just felt like Angel didn't really check in on them. Angel did remain up to date on everything that was going on because she was connected with Jassy, but it would have been nice if she could have talked to the other ladies and assured them that, hey, everything's going to be okay. I'm checking on this. I'm working on that. I think Angel assumed that Jassy was just going to relay the information back to them, right? I think Angel could have also did a lot of assuming on this trip. I think with her putting the ladies so far, I think she just assumed that production was going to handle it. I really think Angel felt like she was only hosting Kay and Tia. She wasn't really hosting these damn ladies for real. She was just planning the events. Let's go do the events. And then once we done, y'all going back to where y'all going to go. Okay? Child. Now, Ashley feels like when they got to her house, got to Angel's house, they're looking around, seeing everything is beautiful. I think they said they only saw one layer or one level of her house. Go outside, meet these random people, right? She felt like Angel only did that to pretty much show off, right? And to show off, look at what I got. Look at the fact that I'm connected to these people. And I don't fault Angel for that, especially when you guys are sitting up here talking about the lady that got evicted. She ain't got no money. She this and that. Like, okay, well then let me show you how connected I am. Come look at my roof. Look at my roof. Look at it. Look at what I got then. Can you do it? Oh, okay. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now, Monique was like, well, listen, girl, I wasn't thinking about none of that. Okay. I was thinking really about the trip. And when I just focused on the girls' trip itself, I was just shocked because I'm like, dang, you got us this far. Dang, we ain't got no damn water. Dang, we got this issue. Dang, we can't even stay at your house. Dang, you don't want us around. Like, she was just shocked every which way. And I don't fault her, okay? Angel says that she invited them for a festive event. I'm like, Angel, girl, those men at that event were not festive, love. I'm not even going to hold y'all. The house was gorgeous. She had a few knickknacks here or there. Nothing about the event at the house was festive. I'm sorry. The house, yes, was festive within itself. If I had to sit outside and the wind is blowing and I got to get a blanket, I'm going to be pissed the hell off. That's one thing Ashley did complain about because she said it was cold. I do not like being cold. Okay? I would have been upset. Like, why we just can't eat inside the house? Why we just can't have dinner at the table? You feel what I'm saying? But baby, Angel really didn't want y'all there. Y'all had a lot to say and y'all was real negative. So she didn't want that negative energy in her house. But I had to agree with Wendy. Though. Wendy did make a good point because she said, girl, if you felt so repulsed by us women coming into your house and we were so negative, then don't invite us. Why invite us there if you don't even really want us there? Ooh. I agree with Wendy. Wendy wasn't fully wrong with that. I don't think they should have been. I mean, yeah, she invited y'all so that she could show off, like Ashley said. But I do think that she could have just rented somewhere else, or she could have got some RVs or some trailers and put it on the land for y'all. Matter of fact, she could have had y'all sleeping outside. Since y'all complaining about water, she could have got y'all some porta potties or whatever. Okay? She could have had y'all sleeping outside in some tents. We gonna go glamping for a week outside my house. So I don't know. I think she could have got a bit more creative on the trip for sure. Right? For sure. She definitely could have did a better job with accommodations and all of that. She just could have did a better job. I just feel like maybe she didn't know a lot. This was her very first trip. She is a newbie to the show. She may not really know how this completely goes. I think she probably was expecting production to handle oh so much of it, which is probably why she was attached. On top of the fact that she don't feel that close to y'all based on other things that's transpired with the group and her, right? But Angel does say that she feel like she damned if she do and damned if she don't. More than likely you are. And she also talks about bonding for her. She says bonding for me is us going to dinner, okay, talking to each other. Then we're going to go over here, do a little event, whatever. Then we going home because I actually enjoy being with myself, okay? I enjoy my time to myself. Why I got to be sitting in y'all damn lap for the whole trip? Child, listen, I can relate. I can relate. At some point, I need to re-up. My energy needs to re-up at some point. Like, I done been with y'all all day. And then you want me to come and do a pajama party with you that night? Angel meter be running out, just like it was on the trip with Giselle. She was hanging out with them all day, and then somehow she was able to finesse her way up out of there and go back to her room and get on the phone with her husband because she didn't feel like being in there with you anyway. You feel me? That's what's really going on. I do recall that time when Kay went to go lay down on that trip. I think it was Giselle's trip. But Angel did stay up and hang with the ladies a little bit, right? She played with the ladies. I think she clapped at Giselle or something like that. But they weren't up that long. And then they went to the room to go lay down. Like, I don't know. Her meter be running out with the ladies. So, Angel, if you're going to be on this show, you are going to have to get your program together just a little bit. And I could see them having you host another trip next year to make up for the travesty of this year, okay? All in all, Ashley thinks that when it comes to this trip, Angel was doing a lot of stuff intentional. She thinks her booking that Airbnb an hour or so out was very intentional. And some part of me is like, it very well could have been very intentional. Even though she said it was a high season, could have been intentional. Some part of me is like, that's what y'all get. Production didn't stop her either. Since according to Monique, they contribute very heavily or whatnot to these trips. Ain't nobody have no location manager on hand to like really map this out. Yeah, it probably was intentional, and I definitely was laughing at y'all. Ashley does also say that she believes Wendy's comments on the realtor and Angel. She does believe that Angel was trying to get something big and glamorous for the ladies, but pay a cheaper amount just to impress them. Right? And Wendy said the reason she believed the realtor was because the realtor told her this information about Angel before she even met Angel within the group. That's what she says. I don't know how true that is at this point, child. I don't know, Wendy. So Angel says that she only reached out to this realtor because the house that they were looking at renting or whatever, the realtor was attached to that. So she reached out to her for that. And that was it. That was it. She didn't talk to her about nothing else. Like, that was really it. She said they didn't have like no type of conversations really of her trying to find a particular home to show off for the ladies or none of that. That's what she said they didn't do. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if the lady told her that, but because Angel said that she talked to this lady in January. That's before she even knew that she was going to be a part of this group. I think Angel could have called the lady and told her there's a possibility that she'll be filming a show in Potomac and she may need a property. And this is what I'm looking for, yada, yada, yada. Possibly. I think that's possible. But the question is the amount, because Wendy said something different like a few weeks ago, and then now she's saying something different in this latest episode. Why Angel wouldn't call that woman, I don't know. She gonna say she didn't do it because she's not messy. And I'm like, girl, it's not about you being messy. It's about somebody being messy and lying on your name. Like, why would you not call them? Meanwhile, Ashley said that she believed the rumors must be true. Because again, why would you not call them? I don't know. I don't believe the realtor was telling the truth in my personal, but it wouldn't have hurt if she would have called and got all of that resolved, though, in my personal. But that's really all that I have. I just wanted to talk about this after show really quickly, give y'all a quick rundown of some of the things that the ladies said and get into other things as far as Traitors and Married to Medicine. Now you guys can leave your thoughts and comments down below about everything that I just talked about, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym.